So good day, good afternoon, my people, depending on where you are listening from. It is my pleasure to speak with you people once again. Today we are going to talk about the reasons why the sons and daughters of the rich men are not mostly successful. Most of them are not successful in life, to 70%. I'm not saying all of them. And we're going to treat the reasons for such problem. From my own experience, I know that this is happening everywhere in the world. This is not just for Africa or America or Europe. It's everywhere in the world. Once a father is successful or a mother is successful, the children will be a kind of relaxed. It is not the fault of the children. Mostly it's the fault of the parents. Because what moves you in life is what you don't have. Imagine a child who grew up without knowing what is hardship. How can he or she work hard? Imagine a child who grew up without knowing what is hunger. How can he or she fight for hunger? Imagine a child who has never in life witnessed what is called pains and difficulties of achieving something. Whatever he or she wants come to his or her doorstep. How can he or she work hard? Take for example, a young man. Your father has a house in your village side, a mansion. You will not even think about building your own house again, even at 35. Because you have a comfortable flat in your father's mansion. And you are even claiming that your father's mansion inside your heart that it belongs to you. So why do you want to build something? And you cannot even build anything better than what your father has built. He set a high jump for you. You go back to the city where your father is living. Your father has 1 or 2 mansions there again. And you have a flat there too. You cannot even think of building your own house in the city. You cannot even think of renting your own flat in the city, because which flat can you rent that is better than the flat where you are living in your father's house and your mother is pampering you inside that same house? And you can use your money to buy only nice clothes and go out with your friends, girlfriend and whatever. That is if your father is not sponsoring that one too. Now you will see yourself not doing anything, because everything has been done for you. You want to go abroad, your father has a house in overseas where you can stay. You don't even know what it means to hustle there. You don't even know what it means to go there and look for a place to beg somebody that you want to spend the night before you find a place where you can attach yourself. No, because your father has made everything for you available and possible. How can you work hard? How can you work hard to buy a car if your father has his garage full of cars, of modern cars? You select the cars you want to use at all time without anybody paying, without stress. Your father has provided everything for you. You might not even think of buying a car by yourself because your father has it all. Therefore, you may never even think about it again. You will be depending on that your father because your father have it all. But if you go the other way around, where the people are coming from a very wretched family, you will see that the first thing you will be thinking about, after coming out from the 2-room and parlor of your old father, you will be thinking about the first money I will get, I will go and build a modern house and a modern toilet. I will make sure I buy a small car because my father was using only bicycle to take me to school or to visit me in the school. I was ashamed seeing my father. Now I want to make sure that my children will not be ashamed of me. Therefore, I have to make them proud. Let me go and buy a small car. I work hard to buy a small car. If you go as a service boy, you will be obedient. You will serve your master so well that your master will settle you well afterward. But the son of a big man will never do that. The son of a big man will tell you, I'm going home. After all, I'm not hungry in my father's house. My father have everything. Why am I suffering here? All these things are the reasons why the sons and daughters of the big men cannot and are not so successful. Some of them are lucky and prudent. They will come down and do exactly what their father, follow their father's step and become richer than their fathers. That is true. But it's just very few of them who are not lazy. So, therefore, it is the same problem that we are facing, even the new generation today. The reason why these people are not so successful is because everything has been already made for them. And there is a proverb that says, he who doesn't know how to make money does not also know how to spend it. The person could spend more than what he could earn in 2 months under one day because he has no value to that money. That is why you see some of them, once their father died, the next thing they will do is start selling their properties. Properties. He sold the property and start using the money. They don't know how to make new money. But they know how to spend the money. But they don't know how to make new money. They can't bend down to look for money. They have no patience to search for money. They don't even have time to negotiate well with the people buying the properties of their parents. Because they are in a haste. They don't like the stress. They would rather sell the private house of their parents and go and live in as a tenant because they don't want to maintain that house. The repair in the house will be a headache for them. Such people. There are so many of them. So, and this is not just this new generation. This thing has been happening for the past 50, 60 years from my own observation. You will see the son of a big man those days. After, he will be lagging behind. And those ones that he was looking down upon those times, will now become the rich people among the young men of his age grade. And he will be the poor one. You begin to ask yourself, he got the best assistant during his growth, during his youth. But now he is a failure to the family. The son of the carpenters and the wine tappers and bricklayers are now the rich young men. Because why? They tasted hardship, they tasted bitterness, they tasted poverty, and they swear in their mind never to do it again. And that is why they succeeded. That is called determination. But these sons and daughters of the rich men has no determination because everything, as long as they know, is ready for them. What do they have to decide? What do they have to determine? Their father has determined everything for them. But they forgot that one day there will be an end to their father or to their mother or to whichever source that those things are coming from. It will be their time to fight for themselves. And when this time comes for them to fight for themselves, it is too late for them to carry on alone because they have never done it before. I want to stop it here. And I want to pray and I want to advise the young men to try and be independent of your father. No matter how rich your father is, try to find your own way of making money. Make your own name. Do not hide under the umbrella of your father's name. Just try to answer your own name as a young man. This is my advice to all of you, and happy Sunday and happy new week. God bless you all.